Yes, this is the Professional Bowlers Tour telecast from California. Steve Wilson back up on the lanes. Spare up shooting in the fourth. Crossing over and getting his second strike. Steve Wilson is in his first championship round appearance after only 2 years on the tour. Here's how he got started.
Well, I started in the juniors when I was pretty young and moved on up. I went to the men's league at age 16 and had some success there. And then I moved on to the regionals, and I had a lot of success in the regionals. And then I think I was beating myself my first year on tour. I had some trouble, and went back and worked on it, and here I am this week. I had a good week so far.
Well, Chris, he hasn't had a ball light in the pocket yet. He went high for the 310 the first frame, struck in the second, was high 610 the third, crossed over in the fourth, and once again he's creeping up on it. He leaves a 4-pin. If he had struck there, he'd have taken a 1-pin lead with a conversion heel trail. Justin Hrmek by 9 pins through 5.
Young Steve, his best finish was 6th prior to this week. 1992 at the Choice Hotel event in Edmond, Oklahoma. And now Justin Hrmek. 2 regional titles and that 1 national title to his credit. Okay, that's stringing them now for Hrmek, and it puts him out to a 19-pin lead.
Hrmek rated number 33 on the PBA Tour on the computer rankings. A very disciplined player, and when he strikes, he can keep it going. He won his only title as a doubles title with the great Dick Weber as his partner, defeating myself and Bob Benoit.
No.
Yes, and Justin threw 7 strikes and 7 attempts against us. So when he gets it going, he knows how to win. He can open up a lead of 29 pins with a 4th consecutive strike here in the 6th.
High hit leaving the 3-6 pin.
You can get away with 1 mistake sometimes when you're zeroed on the championship round, as you see his ball drifting a little bit high, leaving the 3-6-10. But he made 2 mistakes here. Raised up at the line and softened up with the speed, and has left himself a difficult cross-lane spare. We're going on synthetic lanes today. The ball has a tendency to slide across the center of the lane a little bit more on synthetics than it does on wood lanes.
Watch. Okay. Justin Hrmek, a few credits shy of receiving his computer science degree at Wichita State. Let's look at his grip, Steve Wilson.
The full grip. Fingers into the first knuckle, tucks that pinky, extends that index finger, gets a solid grip, and then a great whip on the ball as he comes through.
As is often the case, Steve's parents, Ron and Jane, are league bowlers.
Steve trying to make some sort of adjustment for 5 consecutive high hits, whips the ball a little wide, almost leaves the 2-10 split. Gets a good break. The 6 knocks out the 10, has an easy spare, and he's kind of closing in on it. He's been high, light. He needs to get his game together the last 4 frames and press Hrmek.
Quite a bowling establishment here, Nelson, where these young players have been competing this week. 68 total lanes. It's a wonderful facility.
Great for the bowlers. And right now, this is a key shot right now for Steve Wilson. Playing an outside line, much farther out than Hrmek. Trying to drive the ball right through here. He hasn't come close on this lane to get back in the match. He must get a strike.
That will add to his maturity as a professional bowler on tour. Nearing the end of our first match, leading by 17 is Hrmek.
Soft Colors World Challenge of Champions. Plus America's Best go for speed skating goals live. Next on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
All right, Justin Hrmek, who is Trying off the bowling ball, leading by 17 pins. Spare up, shooting in the 7th frame of our first match. He's bowling against Steve Wilson, looking for his first PBA national victory. Well,
an apparent good hit, but he's hooking the ball so much, the ball just does not deflect, and the 2 goes around the 4, the 6 around the 10. He has to remove that pin from the right-hand channel before he can shoot it. He needs to get the ball over here to the left of the 4, drive it into the 10. Hrmek steps back off the approach. Chris, the situation is this. There's a pin lying in the channel right next to the 10 pin. If indeed he contacts that pin with either his ball, if he hits it with the ball or another pin, he gets 0 for that shot, no matter how many he knocks down. That's the PBA rule. So here's the situation. We have a little break in the action. Get the pin out of the channel, then go for the 410. If he converts, the odds on this are about 9-1 for a right-handed player. He would continue to lead by 15, 7th frame.
All-out try by Hrmek. So we go to our guest on the approach commentator, the great Brian Voss, with an interview.
Ken, you decided to go on your own this year. Most guys have a sponsor. That takes a lot of guts.
Yeah, it's kind of guy I am. Just taking a gamble. It's a big risk, but it's like playing the stock exchange. You take risks, and my stock just went up.
It certainly did. You're off to a good start. What are your thoughts for today?
I prepared myself all my life for today. I feel great, and this tournament's mine.
Well, good luck to him.
All right, in this match, after an open frame and then leading by only 4, here comes Hrmek striking in the 8th.
The game is now on. Steve Wilson, who hasn't even been close through the first 6 frames, throws a good shot in the 7th. With the open Hrmek gave him in the 7th, he can take the lead for the first time in the match with a strike.
So now he leads by 6. Unbelievable. Next Saturday, you can see plenty of action as we all head to the desert. Bowling's high rollers aim to hit the jackpot in the PBA Tour from Las Vegas, live at a special earlier time, 1 Eastern and Pacific, 12 noon Central next week, here on ABC's Pro Bowlers Tour. And his first ever ABC Pro Bowlers Tour telecast, Steve Wilson, the 25-year-old from Fort Lauderdale, has the lead. 6 pins, shooting in the 9th with a double up. Leads by 16, Bo.
Chris, he's made a remarkable comeback. He was just totally lost, probably a case of the nerves. Boy, I can sure remember my first telecast. It's hard to settle down, and he's really put the pressure on Justin Hrmek, who can answer with a strike here in the 9th. This is his biggest shot of the match. Trails by 16. The match is up for grabs, but this is the big one. How disappointing. Just the old Billy Whaley saying, trust is a must, so your game is a bust. However, he trusted that way too wide as he misses maybe 4 or 5 boards to the right of target, and the ball just slips off into the moat. It's not over if he can convert the spare. He can still win the match. However, Chris, it's been a while since we've had a double gutter ball.
I don't recall it, ever. Let's see it again because...
Well, what happens on synthetic lanes, the front part of the lane has a high lubricity to it, and the ball, as he comes inside out, slides tremendously in the first 15 or 20 feet, never bites in the breaking point, which he wanted about 35, 36 feet down the lane, and so it slides off in the channel.
And then 2 misses, and comes right back with the ball into the pocket, and down they went as Ken Moscato continues to warm up off to our right, and Steve Wilson, very comfortable lead, the result of his own skillful bowling, a 3-bagger, and bad breaks from this man, Hrmek. So, Bo, I guess if you could put 2 in the gutter in a row, you can roll the double as well.
Well, it's disappointing for Justin. He's just a likable guy, strong, he's
Really
determined, and pretty stoic face on a man who threw away. Actually, if he strikes on that ball, Chris, he can pull 222. He's only going to finish with a 172 with one more strike, so a 50-pin flip-flop in one frame. Hard to recover from, but Justin Hrmek will be back.
8,000 is the check he'll receive for his efforts here at Cal Bowl in Lakewood, California. And first for Steve Wilson, who will win it. He will move into the next match against Ken Biscotto, Canandaigua, New York.
Needs just one pin. If he strikes out, it'd be a 228.
Okay, we have a winner. Hrmek with only 169. We'll have Wilson. Says we'll be right back with more of the AC-DELCO Classic after this message and a word from our ABC station.